How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rowlett, and also known as Ruffled. Welcome to my new channel, or rather one of my old channels that is going to be called Ruffled News, where we're going to be covering different sorts of topics regarding gaming news and what's happening in the gaming sphere. So today we're taking a look at Souljaboy's latest sketchy console. Now, this is a post on Engadget.com. If you guys want to check out this actual article, I'll link it down below. Also, if you want to check out my article that I'll be doing on my own website at mynintendoplanner.com. Also, you can go to the other URL, which I'm not sure if it's up yet, called rufflednews.com, but just use my Nintendo Planner if you want to check out the article I'll be doing on this. But today we're going to talk about and roast your boy Souljaboy. Now, I only know Souljaboy because of one of the songs he made, like, back in, like, the early 2000s, right? I barely remember him. I don't think I've ever really listened to his music, and I don't really know much about the guy, you know, in terms of his career past that one successful song he had, right? Kind of like a one-hit wonder is what he was. But the man came out, and he made a console. Now, you all may remember it. I think this was the one that we had right here, which was basically one of these consoles that was selling on his website, which he also had, like, a bunch of other like, kind of products, like watches and stuff. Like a bunch of weird products, right? But the thing with all these products was, as mentioned right here, they were all from AliExpress. Now, if you don't know what AliExpress is, it's one of those really shitty websites that, like, you know, kind of sells, kind of like eBay almost, or like Amazon, but like for scuffed items, okay? Like, imagine just, like, things that are just, like, made in China, kind of like, you know, when you see, like, the wordings made in China, that's essentially what these products are. They're just kind of like knockoff products, right? And that's what this console is. That's what this thing was, right? This console that kind of looks like the design looks like an Xbox One almost, but what it was, though, was a knockoff product made in, I guess, China, Romania, one of those countries, right? And then sold with, like, 1 million games installed on it, right? And that's what Soulja was doing as well. But here's the thing, though, he marked it up. He was selling these marked up, right? So let's say these things, I think they actually mentioned it right here, that he's also selling them at markup. Both the console and handheld cost $199.99, although they're on sale for $149.99 respectively. Meanwhile, AliExpress has a direct form and Bernick version for $105 and one for $73. Now, AliExpress also, of course, is doing something wrong here, right? They're infringing on copyright and stuff, but I think AliExpress is stationed in, I think, China. I could be wrong about that. It could also be somewhere in the Middle East, but it's in a position in the world where copyright doesn't apply to them, right? Or just they don't care about copyright, and they don't get hit by that, you know, by such things, right? They don't get affected by it, so they don't really care. They just do a bunch of these knockoff products. Now, I've owned these knockoff products when I was a kid, when I bought them on, like, you know, sketchy markets in my home country, Bosnia. But besides that, though, these things are weird, and you shouldn't really be buying these. But what's the deal with, you know, Souljaboy here? Well, he's buying these and selling them for a higher price. Now, you all may remember this, right? You all may remember seeing a bunch of videos on this specific console right here, which had a bunch of SNES games, a bunch of NES games, a few PlayStation 1 games, just a bunch of, like, weird games kind of mixed in there, and a lot of, like, literally just ripped off games, like Fire Red Leaf Green, Super Mario games, Zelda games, all that stuff, and it was all ripped off, of course, illegally, right? And I think, as far as I understood it, it was said that Nintendo was going after Souljaboy because of the publicity that it was getting, all the stuff he was doing, was getting a lot of publicity, and they were actually going after him. So he took down this console, right? And I don't think Nintendo did anything to him. He took this one down, but then he started doing this. Now, we're going to read this article and explain what's going on. So, if you want to read it on your own, I'm going to link it down below. Now, Souljaboy's latest sketchy console looks like a PS Vita. Yes, the band stopped selling a knockoff-looking Xbox with a bunch of Nintendo games on it, and went over to sell a knockoff version of the PS Vita for the same price as a real PS Vita. Now, let's read what it says here. So, the Soulja game handheld boasts a 480 times 272 HD resolution. So, Souljaboy is shrugging off possible legal threats from gaming giants with another rip-off console. In the wake of his ill-fated Nintendo emulator swag, which we talked about a second ago, his latest attempt at plagiarism marries the design of a PS Vita with the specs of a PlayStation Portable. Wait, of a PlayStation Portable, okay. A 480 times 272 resolution on a supposed HD screen is just a tip of the iceberg. It's probably only a matter of time until Sony tells Soulja, real name DeAndre Cortez Way, to pull the plug or face legal action. So, I know that Nintendo are very fast with legal action and that sort of stuff. They tend to be really aggressive with it, okay? I know because I've made a lot of videos in the past on fan games and that sort of stuff, and I know how quick they are to react when it comes to fan work, you know what I mean? Just games that are made by fans for fans, without any money involved, right? They're really quick with that usually, and can be a little bit, you know, painful to deal with sometimes, but this man was literally selling this stuff with ripped off, like thousands of ripped off Nintendo games, so they are really quick with that. But I don't know about PlayStation though. I've never really seen much about PlayStation and their like copyright claims and all that stuff and how they work with copyright. I've never really seen much of that, so I've got to be honest, I'm not sure how they're going to react about it or how they're going to handle the situation. But either way, so let's get into the other parties of the actual article. If you want to peep the Soulja game handheld before its inevitable demise, it's up for sale on Soulja Watch, which is his website here, merch website, for $100. Though there's no mention of compatible games, as with his Nintendo knockoffs, it seems Soulja is just drop shipping the portable device from China. Now, drop shipping basically is that when you pay him, he just adds your address to AliExpress, and then AliExpress ships it to you. So, you know, it's kind of disgusting. So we continue on here. It seems Souljaboy is dropshipping it, at least according to this AliExpress listing, of an identical $33 on Lenny handheld, and charging triple the original asking price. This man is insane. He's okay. So this thing, right? This console right here, this little handheld knockoff thing. It costs $33 on AliExpress. This dude is selling it for $100. Triple the price. That's kind of that's just disgusting on a whole new level. You know what I mean? This is whole new level of disgusting. Actually, almost more than triple the price when you think about it. Actually, no, it's literally right on the spot. The Soulja Watch homepage also features a Soulja game console that looks like an Xbox One with elongated PS4 controllers. Other product highlights include Apple AirPod knockoffs, a Soulja pad tablet, an Apple Watch lookalike, and a smartphone, which we assume comes preloaded with Crank That Souljaboy ringtone. Oh boy. To be clear, Souljaboy is a massive gaming nerd who's named mixtapes after Mario and even reviewed Braid, so he likely knows the value of his third-rate wares. His other hapless dalliance with tech included hoverboards that were snapped up by fraudsters, leaving Soulja with a $175,000 bill for Stripe payments that never materialized. So that's kind of depressing, but, I mean, the dude is sketchy, and he kind of has this sort of stuff coming his way. I mean, honestly, what is he up to? So, this isn't all, though. So, you may notice, right, you know, looking at the title of this video, you might be like, but there's got to be something else here, right? I get the Souljaboy sketchy console, but what else is here? Well, Souljaboy's website is down, may have been hacked, so this is actually several articles about this covering it, but Souljaboy says that he has sold more than 5 million units of his various gaming consoles, including the Soulja game handheld. I mean, let's be honest, he has not sold 5 million units. I mean, okay, let's be honest here. Who would actually buy this? Like, do you think he doesn't even have that big of a fan base? I actually kind of want to do this right now. I want to go on Twitter and see how many followers he has on Twitter, but how many actually, like, follow his, you know, follow his posts, so to say. Let's see if we can find him real quick. Souljaboy, I think this is, yeah, it's got to be him. I assume this is him, yep. Souljaboy, Young Draco, at Souljaboy. So he's got 5.31 million followers, right? Now, if we go down here, we don't look at this one, you know, this post right here, but if you go down here, like, and see one of his normal posts, right? For example, this one. Right, here you go, 2 minutes ago, right? 26 likes, 5 retweets. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but with 5 million followers, I would expect that to have, like, over 1,000, you know, likes and retweets and all that in no time. I mean, here, sure, yeah, this one's got 259. Cool. But in general, he doesn't have that big of a fan base. Now, do you really think that this man has sold 5 million units, as he claims? I mean, he's young, I get it, he's young and he's dumb, so it's not really a surprise, but, I mean, come on, man, that's just, come on. Now, including the game console, the yada yada yada, PS4, Xbox One, knockoff of the Soulja game Fuse. However, those also trying to buy a games console from the Crank That and Kiss Me Through the Phone performer are unable to due to some technical issues. Yesterday, Souljaboy posted a tweet informing his more than 5 million Twitter followers that his website, Souljawatch.com, has been hacked. The rapper claimed that his ex-cameraman had hacked the site and taken it down. Souljaboy also urged people to contact Shopify, the e-commerce platform that powers the site. In order he uses Shopify? Man, how... Okay, you got 5 million followers on Twitter, you had a successful song, why don't you just ride your music career further in and, like, do more with it? Or just do something smart with it and make more money in a logical way, rather than doing what you ended up doing, which is making a freaking scam through Shopify. I mean, come on, dude. When I say Shopify, I think like Call of Duty thumbnail creators. You know, like people who make thumbnails, like for Call of Duty channels, like back in like what 2016, right, or 2014, 15, right? That's what I think of when I think Shopify. Shopify had replied to Souljaboy's tweet telling the rapper to message them via Twitter's direct message feature, asking for more context of the issue in order to get the matter resolved. However, as of the time of writing, Souljawatch.com is still unavailable. Trying to load the site comes up with an error page including the message, oops, something went wrong, and this shop is unavailable. Could also be that it's shut down. It literally could also be that the website's been shut down. So the tweet right here mentions, everyone tell Shopify support at Shopify to contact me ASAP, please. And thanks. It's about my website, Souljaboy.com. My ex-cameraman hacked my site and took it down. I mean, did he really hack it if he had access to it? I mean, maybe he didn't. Took it down, lol, alt at the haters, nothing but the devil. You can't stop me, I only try to help you. God is good. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what's it all with these people, like, when they do bad shit, they always say God is this, God is that, or God put me on this path, or some shit like that. But either way, the replies also included several messages from people informing Shopify that Souljaboy was selling copyright-infringing goods. Souljaboy already faced a potential lawsuit from Nintendo over the sale of the retro Souljaboy Mini, which closely resembled Nintendo's own Game Boy handheld console. See, he's had too many of these, man. I can't even keep up with all these. Others are suggesting that no hack took place whatsoever, and that Souljaboy and his Souljawash.com website are merely facing another legal threat. Last week, Souljaboy began to sell a new version of the Souljaboy handheld through his website, only this time it appeared to be a knockoff of the Sony PlayStation Vita. So we just talked about this a second ago. Now, as I said, I'm not sure how PlayStation does their legal matters. You know, Sony, I'm not sure how they handle their legal matters, because, you know, they're a pretty big company. Actually, bigger. They are bigger than Nintendo, in all fairness, because Sony doesn't just, you know, do PlayStation and consoles and gaming. They do movies. They do music as well. You know, they handle a lot of things. Like, Sony is a big company. They handle a lot of aspects, and not just, you know, gaming. So, I'm not sure if Sony is as quick when it comes to this sort of stuff as Nintendo, because Nintendo just keeps track of all their gaming stuff, while Sony keeps track of a million different things. So, are they going to be as quick to take him down? It could be the reason the shop is unavailable right now. It could be specifically that reason, but at this point, I don't even know. So here's my thoughts on this. Souljaboy is dense, okay? No offense, but that's just my opinion. A little bit dense. The man clearly is trying to scam people, just trying to get some quick cash out of this. He's clearly lying. I mean, 5 million units. Think about, like, that number. That's, like, numbers that, like, even real companies wouldn't be able to achieve in this, you know, in the time span. I mean, they would probably in the time span, but they also have, like, a bigger, you know, mass of people that come there for them. I mean, who really would listen to Souljaboy's words and go buy a console just because Souljaboy endorses it, or that Souljaboy made it, right, with quotation marks on that one? Who would really do that? So the number is definitely just BS lies, but beyond that, I mean, this is just ridiculous. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on this? If you have any topics you want me to cover in terms of gaming, I'm going to be talking mainly about this channel, about news that are happening, rumors about video games, leaks that are happening for games, and all that stuff. I'll be covering it all here. If you guys want to see it, then simply subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Raffle Realit. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.